Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I got something fun for you today. My wife reluctantly let me borrow her iPhone XR so that I could do a review of her phone case. She uses the Spigen Tough Armor. I love this phone case. We're going to talk a little bit about why I like the Spigen Tough Armor, but more than that, this is going to be a long-term review. So she's had this case for more than 8 months. And so it's been through a lot. So we're gonna take a look at this and we're gonna talk about why you should get the Spigen Tough Armor, because this thing lasts. So you get plenty of room down in the camera. So a nice deep camera cutout. No issues if you're gonna set this thing down on its back of scratching the camera lens. Here's an extra cutout for the Apple logo. I actually like this because it gives you something else to grip with your index finger. You can hold your index finger in there and maneuver the case around with that. So it does add some grip in my opinion. Having that cutout is nice. Obviously my wife is using a pop socket. So this is a pop socket will fit on this case and that will work just fine. And then you do get a camera stand, which is really nice. So clicks back in place, no problems on that coming loose or falling out. This is 8 months of use and it still fits in there just fine. But the stand is perfect. So if you want to watch some YouTube or watch a movie on, let's say you're on a plane ride or something like that, that's super handy to have on the phone. Here's the power button right there. Volume up and down buttons and a mute rocker. Plenty of room to access the mute rocker. The only thing I'll say about the buttons is they do sit flush with the case. And so because of that, sometimes they can get lost a little bit. So if you're not looking at your phone, you're trying to find the volume up and down or the power button, sometimes it's not as indistinguishable as other cases where a button actually sticks out from the side of the case. But there are these lines. You do feel these lines and these grooves really well. They delineate where the buttons are. So once you as you get used to it, I really haven't had any issue in finding the buttons, over time. It's been just fine. You get a nice lip around the front of the case. So if you're gonna set this down on its face, no issues there, 100% Slamboy certified. I'm a big Flossie Carter fan, so that's where that is from. My wife is using a Spigen Easy Fit screen protector, which I definitely recommend that screen protector. It's just so easy to put on and get a great alignment with because it comes with that alignment tray. And then here are the cutouts for your speaker grills and your power port. And it's a nice big cutout around the power port. So it is a little thick on the bottom because this is a nice thick tough case, but I haven't had any issues with the power port and any kind of charging cable or anything like that I'm plugging into it. So just to kind of show you a little bit. So you do, this does add a little bit of bulk, obviously, to your phone, but one of my favorite things about this case and why I love this case so much in terms of a tough case is, if you notice, there are these beveled edges on the back of the case and on the front of the case. The edges are beveled. And because of that, the side of the case is much thinner. And so even though this is a tough case and it's somewhat bulky, you don't feel that in your hand. It feels thinner in your hand than it should because of those bevels. And so it's a really nice aspect of this case. Really nice touch that Spigen's put into this case to make this case feel thinner than it really is. So let's take a look here at how the case has made it over the last 8 months. So you're probably already seeing a little bit of wear on the case, but what does it really look like? So we're gonna take the phone out first. If you notice here, there is a little bit of dirt around the phone, but really no scratches. The phone is intact. I'm not seeing any kind of scratches or damage on the phone. This phone has been dropped multiple times, as I mentioned earlier. We have 3 kids, and so they you know, when they're borrowing your phone, they tend to, you know, they're not always as careful with it as you would like. But no damage on the phone, so that's great. So let me set this down with the side, and let's take a look at the case. Now I did notice a little bit of damage or a little bit of wear. So here's that, if you notice, there's that dual layer aspect of it. So you have the polycarbonate shell and the TPU inner layer, which is cool. So a couple things. So you do get a little bit of wear around the edges. So if you notice, there's just a little bit of, I don't know if you call it scratches. I would just call it wear. You know, it's rubbed. There's a little bit of a, you know, chink right there where it's taking a little bit of damage. You know, there's grease that you can kind of wipe off. So this polycarbonate shell will take some fingerprints every now and then, but you can just kind of wipe those off. Here's the Spigen, oh, had this the wrong way. Here's the Spigen branding, Tough Armor. So I'm just kind of looking around the case. So 8 months of use, you can see a little bit of wear there. Obviously all around the edges, that's where you primarily grip the phone. But, I mean, like, look at the top. I mean, here's a little bit of wear, but overall, all in all, the case actually looks pretty nice. Now, there is some definite dirt that's found its way inside the case, you know, but nothing that a little bit of a cleaning cloth won't take care of. But overall, I mean, this case actually looks pretty nice for being 8 months, having been used for, you know, over 8 months. So that's a look. So if you're wondering, kind of, Spigen Tough Armor, how does it hold up? It holds up really well. It is going to show some signs of wear. I mean, any case is, every case will. But this is kind of how this Spigen Tough Armor case, my wife's case, has kind of made it over the last 8 months. So I hope this helps in your purchasing decision. I would say this, if you're looking for a tough case that's going to protect your phone, I most definitely recommend the Spigen Tough Armor. It may be my favorite tough case. And so I have no problems recommending this case. This is for the iPhone XR here. I'll drop a link down below for this case if you're looking for this, or if you're looking for iPhone 11 or 11 Pro Max, those links will be down below as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video, taking a closer look at the Spigen Tough Armor after 8 months of use, so long-term review, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks, guys. Peace.